How Blox Fruits betrayed its community. And if it wasn't obvious, I'm referring to update 20. When I saw how long the update took and what they promised in this update and what the player base actually got, I was beyond surprised, I'm not gonna lie. And to be honest, I thought I was one of the only people that thought this update was relatively bad, so I asked you guys, because I really didn't think the general player base would agree with what I thought. And to an extent, that's probably still true. But at least you guys that answered the poll agree with me, so hey, we locked it, I guess. But in all seriousness, why do I say Blox Fruits let down or betrayed its community? Well, in February, Blox Fruits announced a lot of changes that were gonna come. And I mean big changes, and a lot of YouTubers such as myself that don't play Blox Fruits thought that this could be an opportunity for Blox Fruits to actually transform itself into a game that we would enjoy. I mean, Blox Fruits is the biggest Roblox anime game by far. The game quite literally almost hit 3 million players this update, so it is definitely tempting to go and meat ride Blox Fruits and act like the game is perfect, which is why you see this happen a lot. I mean, a bag is a bag, but I'ma keep it real because that's how I like to run my channel. And the truth is, Blox Fruits is a company that makes millions of dollars every month. They have infinite funding quite literally. So with pretty much no money restrictions in 8 months of time, they added practically the bare minimum. And I'm being generous saying that. You guys don't understand how much resources they have. They had me looking stupid out here thinking Blox Fruits was actually going to be transformed into a true RPG. For some reason, I believe they were going to rework progression. I don't know how I believe something like that. Because if we're being honest here, it makes more sense for them to have this Bandit Beater progression. And that's not because it makes the game better. What it does do is make the game easier, and little kids, they don't like challenge very much. They like feeling like they're him because they could beat bandits that don't move and hardly fight back. So to an extent, I do understand why Blox Fruits is how Blox Fruits is, but why are they telling me that they're reworking all these things in the whole game pretty much when they're clearly not? For those that don't know anything about this update, essentially they added like 2 fruits, reworked the visuals of a bunch of things, and then added like a raid boss. And listen, having a world boss and whatnot is cool, but that's definitely really far from the expectations they put upon themselves. And by that I'm referring to progression, because that's pretty much the only form of progression that changed. And let me show you this raid boss fight. I'm sorry, these raid boss fights cannot be fun, y'all. It's just spamming like 3 buttons. And everybody actually fighting it is using Buddha, so the raid boss actually feels very tiny. It doesn't even feel like a raid boss. Because for those that don't know, raid bosses are traditionally very big and you need a group of people to fight it. Compared to in this game, the raid boss is relatively small and it doesn't even feel like you need that many people. And just in general, a boss like this is supposed to have attack patterns and be skill based, compared to in this game it's just like spam 2 buttons like I said. But maybe I'm just hating, maybe I'm tripping, so I want to look at some of the comments you guys said so I can maybe get a better understanding. This first comment says the only part I was excited for was the map revamps and we didn't even get that. And that's something else I didn't even mention, which is why they set the expectations for their own update way too high. I believe they might have added some slight map revamps, but they were supposed to entirely rebuild parts of the map, they said. And what's confusing about this to me is they've been working on this for like a year. They've already shown like 8 months ago that they had a lot of the revamps done. And like I said, Blox Fruits has pretty much infinite funding, so I don't know if they're intentionally holding back this update or what, because it really doesn't make sense that the map revamps aren't in the game. This comment says, I think it was hyped up a lot, which made people set expectations and forget that they said it was a multiple part update. And I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to find out where they said it was a multiple part update, and I'm not tapped in with the Blox Fruits community, and I just couldn't find it. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm assuming it is a multiple part update, which if that is the case, I don't really understand it, but that would make a lot of sense, because there is no way the update they released took them a year to make. There's literally no way. But regardless, it is still hard for me to trust some of these devs. For example, you said that we're getting a part 2 for update 8, and we're like 4 months after the original update 8 now or something like that, and we still don't have it. But I don't want to make that seem like just because you took a million years, that's also gonna make the Blox Fruits devs take a million years. But they've just also shown to be very slow at updating their game, so I really don't know. I'm gonna keep it 100% with y'all. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for hating on the biggest game on Roblox right now, so if y'all wanna like and subscribe, you know, kind of counteract some of the hate, you feel what I'm saying, I'd appreciate it. But these are just my honest opinions on Blox Fruits. I can be wrong, so if y'all disagree, that's fine. Let me know what y'all disagree or agree on in the comments. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Later.